And to close out our program, a new book teaches children the hidden dignity of life in the womb. Little Spark of Life is a new book written by Courtney Siebring, who was inspired both by her daughter and her interest in pro-life work to author a book that would help young children learn about new children coming into the world. And Courtney joins us now to discuss her new book. Courtney, thanks for being here. Tell us more about what inspired you to create Little Spark of Life.
Thanks for the opportunity, Prudence. Little Spark of Life was inspired by my daughter's insatiable curiosity about babies and pregnancy, and also my own interest in the pro-life movement. So it's a mashup of my daughter's awe and wonder on the subject, and also what I was learning about pro-life apologetics as the time. So, I mean, as a result, it combines science from, behind the question, where do babies come from, with specific truths surrounding the sanctity of human life.
I love it. And Courtney, there's such a danger of kids becoming addicted to their screens and even being exposed to books or other things in school that could chip away at their innocence. Your book, however, it has such a pure message. Can you speak to the importance of children having books like this at their fingertips?
Absolutely. I mean, my hope is that Little Spark of Life will support the pro-life message and all messages of goodness, beauty, and truth through the long game that we as parents and caregivers show up to every day in our children's lives. What we feed their imaginations, as well as our own, directly influences the values that we shape. I love this quote from a book called Books That Build Character. And it says, if you as a parent don't take steps to educate your child's imagination, it's almost a sure bet that his imagination will be seduced by the power of popular culture. So that is where we need to meet our kids, because they're the future culture makers of our society. They're the future parents, artists, teachers, voters. Whatever we lay before them now as a feast for their imaginations absolutely is going to have an effect on the world that they build.
That is such an important point. And Courtney, tell us more about what's included in the book. You mentioned a little bit the journey that it takes children on.
Yeah, absolutely. So it goes week by week, month by month, and it explains the science behind the development of a human life in utero. It also, like I said, talks about specific truths that, are under attack right now. So as an example, one line says, God decided that a new life should begin just like this, a near miss that explodes into a one-of-a-kind kiss. So right there, our children get the message that God is the author of life, rather than the belief that, hey, this is my life, I can do whatever I want with it. And also, this is a one-of-a-kind human, not just a clump of cells. And there are many examples like that in the book.
And Courtney, talk to me a little bit about the process of writing the book. I know it began as a poem. Talk to me about that.
Well, I've always written poetry ever since I was a child. So how cool is it to come back to it as an adult and be able to write a book that it combines, like I said, my daughter's joy and passion for children, and then also my passion for the pro-life message. It started out as a poem, you're right. And it actually, sat on my laptop for a few years until I was presented the opportunity by Paraclete Press to get Little Spark of Life out in the world, as my daughter says.
Wow. Well, we are so glad it's out in the world now. And Christmas is just around the corner. For those moms and dads doing their last minute shopping, why should they buy this book from your perspective as the author?
Oh, well, great idea. Great question. I mean, I think that, as we had talked about before, the message of the book is such an important message. But also right now around Christmas time, I think about how my daughter was as a young girl around Christmas time. She was already so interested in babies. And then with all the talk of baby Jesus and how God came to earth as an infant, it just, sparked even more questions in her. So I would highly recommend, the parents picking it up for Christmas.
Yes. Perfect Christmas gift for sure. Courtney Siebring, author of Little Spark of Life. Thank you for joining us and congratulations on your book.
Thank you.